Kasunod mga tol ng ceasefire o anunsyong tigil putukan sa Iran at saka sa Amerika, natutuon ngayon ng atensyon kung eto bang dalawang bansang to is naubusan na ba parehas ng kanilang mga sandata at kaya nagtigil putukan sila at ngayon ay ginagamit nila ang pagkakataong to para makapagbuo ulit, makapagpalakas at kapag kahanda na ulit sila, sisimulan na ulit nila ang second round. No? Pag-usapan natin to mga kapatid, samahan ninyo ako.
I'm just a young nigga chillin' on it. First time I seen ice was a
Okay, ayon dito sa report mula rito sa First Post, basahin ko lang mga kapatid ang nakalagay dito sa ulat. Following the ceasefire, attention has shifted to US and Iranian weapons stockpiles. After weeks of conflict, experts say America used 45% of precision strike missiles. Oh, around half of THAAD and Patriot interceptors, around half, no? Nangalahati. 30% of Tomahawks and more than 20% of JASSM and SM-3 and SM-6 systems, no? The Pentagon says US forces remain ready. No, namamalaging handa pa rin daw. Reports citing intelligence assessments say Iran has restored launcher system and could regain access to about 2,000 ballistic missiles. Tehran may also retain part of its drone arsenal. Defense firms, including Lockheed Martin and RTX, are increasing missile production. So, parang ganun nga ang nangyayari mga tol, no? Etong ceasefire na to is parang ginagamit nila para ibalik yung mga nabawas kasi 45% nga ang precision strike na nawala rito sa Amerika mga tol, no? So, tingnan natin ngayon, panoorin natin ang report.
And our next story is about weapons stockpiles. The ceasefire may have stopped the firing, but it has started a new calculation. Who has more weapons left?
Oh, sino pa ang may natitira ngayong mas maraming sandata? Amerika ba o Iran, no?
And who can rebuild faster? You see, weeks of war between the United States and Iran used up large numbers of missiles and air defense systems. Now, both sides are assessing their losses.
So both sides. So ang ginagawa ngayon ng Amerika, no, is hinaharang nila itong mga barko na papasok sa Iranian port. Lahat ng klase ng barko. 'Di ba? May mga ulat nga daw mga kapatid na ang China is magpapadala ng mga armas dito sa Iran. So syempre dahil may mga ulat na ganun, bantay sarado ngayon yan ng Amerika. No? Tapos hinaharang nila yung mga barko na papasok ng Iran para pigilan ding kumita ang Iran, no? Sabi nga ganun dun sa post ni Trump is $500 million ang nalulugi sa Iran araw-araw. So talagang yun ang ginigipit nila para hindi kumita ang Iran.
Washington is looking at depleted inventories. Tehran is trying to recover damaged launchers and hidden stocks. So who is in a stronger position?
So ang ginagawa naman daw ng Iran ngayon is sinusubukan nilang ma-recover yung mga stock nila na nabaon na doon, natabunan na kasi 'di ba may mga binomba ang Israel at Amerika na mga lagusan papunta doon sa mga bunker nila, doon sa underground missile facilities nila, 'di ba? So ngayon tinatry daw ng Iran na ma-recover yung mga yon, makuha pa, magkaroon ng access para mailabas pa nila yung mga nabaon na doon sa ilalim.
And who can reload faster for the next one? Our next report explains.
The ceasefire may have paused the missiles, but it has not paused the counting. Because when the smoke clears after a war, one question always follows. Who has more left to fight with? That question is now hanging over both the United States and Iran. For Washington, the concern is not defeat. It is depletion.
Depletion. Pagkaubos ng kanilang arsenal. Kaso, kaya nilang mag-build ulit kasi hindi naapektuhan yung ekonomiya nila dito sa dito sa gera. Yung Iran talagang medyo naapektuhan ngayon, lalo na ngayon, ginigipit sila ng Amerika at hinaharang yung mga source of income nila, 'di ba? Katulad ng blockade. Yung ang layunin ng blockade mga tol is para harangin yung pwedeng maging kita ng Iran sa pamamagitan ng langis at yung mga pumapasok na mga barko dito sa Strait of Hormuz.
During 7 weeks of fighting, the United States has used large numbers of some of its most advanced weapons. Experts say at least 45% of America's precision strike missiles have been expended. Around half of its THAAD interceptors have also been used. What's more, Nearly 50% of Patriot air defense missiles have been depleted.
So meron bang 50% pa ulit na natitira, di ba?
About 30% of Tomahawk cruise missiles have also been fired.
O di meron pang 70%.
More than 20% of long-range JASSM missiles have also been used.
So may 80% pa.
And SM-3 and SM-6 interceptor stocks have also dropped by roughly 20%.
So sa madaling salita, malaki pa yung stockpile ng Amerika, no? Kasi itong mga pinapakita, 20% lang. So sa 100% mga tol, 80% pa yung meron sila.
These are not routine munitions. They are used to strike distant targets, protect bases, and destroy incoming missiles. They would also be vital in any future conflict with a major rival such as China. Which is why experts say the deeper risk is not this war. It is the next one.
Tama naman. No, yun na pinakamatinding banta, hindi itong nangyayari, kundi yung kung meron mang susunod at yun ang dapat maiwasan, magkaroon ng kasunod to.
If another crisis erupts soon, the United States may face harder choices about where to send limited weapons first, to Europe, to West Asia, or to the Pacific. Even with faster production and new contracts, rebuilding some stockpiles could take between 1 and 5 years.
Oh.
And why is that so? Because missiles are not made overnight. They require specialist parts, skilled labor, testing, and long supply chains.
So ito yung mga pagawaan, no?
The Pentagon says the US military still has everything it needs to act whenever required. But while America measures what it has spent, Iran appears to be recovering what it has lost.
Ito. Amerika, nagbibuild ulit sila. Ito naman, nire-recover nila yung mga nawala sa kanila. Nuhukay nila dun sa ilalim.
Reports citing intelligence assessments say Tehran has restored missile launchers trapped inside damaged underground facilities.
Yun na, trapped underground facilities.
At the time of the ceasefire, Iran reportedly had only about half of its launcher force available. Days later, around 100 systems had reportedly been recovered. That could bring Iran close to 60% of its pre-war launcher capacity.
Oh.
There are also reports that buried missile stockpiles are being dug out from damaged depots. If that continues, experts believe Iran could regain access to roughly 70% of its pre-war ballistic missile arsenal.
So mas mabilis magagawa ng Iran. Kasi wala silang binibuild, bagkos kinukuha lang nila o nire-recover lang nila yung mga natabunan. 'Di ba? For how many years ba silang magkaaway na? Sobrang tagal na, 'di ba? So noong mga panahon na 'yon, wala silang ginagawa talaga kundi mag-build. Kaya sobrang dami talaga nila, inihahanda nila para sa ganitong klasing pagkakataon. Tapos ngayon, ang ginawa lang Amerika at saka ng Israel, binaon lalo yun kasi binomba yung mga lagusan. So ang ginagawa ng Iran ngayon is hinuhukay lang nila para magkaroon ulit sila ng access o magkaroon sila ng doon. Makuha nila yung mga natrap.
Before the war, that arsenal was estimated at around 2,900 missiles, which could mean access to roughly 2,000 missiles. Iran also relied heavily on drones during the conflict. Some estimates say Tehran may still retain around 40% of its pre-war drone arsenal. That means its ability to threaten shipping lanes, regional bases, or nearby rivals may have been reduced but not removed. In fact, Iranian officials have made even bolder claims. A Revolutionary Guard commander said missile and drone reserves have been replenished faster during the ceasefire than before the war.
Tapos mura pa itong mga drone ng Iran, 'di ba? Sabing gano'n, nasa roughly mga $30,000 lang each. Tapos ang mga Patriot missile, mga interceptor ng Amerika, gumagastos sila ng mga $1 million to $4 million naman per missile, 'di ba? Layo ng diferensya, mga tol. Kaya mas mabilis makaka-build yung Iran, sabi.
Those claims remain unverified.
Hindi pa naman na-verify, okay.
But the defense industry does not need to wait for verification
Tama.
to know what comes next. Wars burn through inventories, then governments rush to replace them. Missile makers such as Lockheed Martin and RTX are expanding production of Patriots, THAAD systems, Tomahawks, and other weapons. Factories are adding shifts, contracts are rising, waiting lists are growing, allies are also watching closely.
So yung mga kumikita ngayon na malalaki, Ito mga weapon manufacturing company, ito defense firms including Lockheed Martin and RTX. Sila yung mga talagang tiba-tiba ngayon.
Countries such as Ukraine, Japan, Saudi Arabia, and others depend on many of the same systems. Every missile sent to one front can mean delays for another customer. That turns military supply into a political decision. So the ceasefire has not really ended the contest. It has only changed its shape, from missiles in the sky to numbers on a ledger, from battlefield losses to factory output, and from who fired first to who can reload faster.
Kumbaga naubusan ka ng bala sa baril mo, sino pinaka reload, yun ang medyo may edge. Halimbawa, ikaw nakapag-reload ka na, yung kalaban mo nagkakarga pa rin ng bala dun sa baril niya, wala, kaya mong talunin yun. Ngayon mga kapatid, kahit na ceasefire nga, tigil bombahan, tigil putukan, is nakikita nating nagpapatuloy pa rin ang laban nitong dalawa. Iba ang punteriya nila mga tol. Etong Amerika, pinupunteriya nila yung ekonomiya nitong Iran sa pamamagitan ng pagharang sa source of income ng Iran. No, ano sa tingin ninyo mga tol? Pwede kayong magbigay ng komentaryo sa ibaba. Totoo nga ba mga tol na ang Amerika is nauubusan na ng kanilang arsenal? Comment kayo sa ibaba.